Greetings. In this video, we're going to cover customizing the hat, the Hue My Club community member hat. But this tutorial is for the version 1. So the version 1 is the most simple version. And this one is only for people that want to put a message on the front and have like a logo on the side. But if you followed along in the version 2 of the shirt, then you can use those same techniques that were covered in that video, in that tutorial. You can apply those on this, and you can customize the hat any way you want. And then also remember that you download the files for this tutorial. There's a link in the description, or you can download it from the Hue My Club website. So basically, I am using Photoshop. You can use whatever graphics editor that you want. And you can basically, what the steps are is that you take this template layout that I have, and you'll replace the side one and front areas that I've got defined here. You will replace those with your images. And so let's go ahead and do that. So first of all, we have a layer that's called base color, and this is layer 1. I'm just going to change it to white. Okay, so now that's going to determine the color of the hat. So base color determines the color of the hat. Then we've got this folder right here with the guides on it. I'm going to bring my logo and a message in and position them right on top of these that you see here. So let's go ahead and import. So now I've got this message right here, and I'll go ahead and just position it right where I want it. So there we go. Now it's the right size. All right, so now I can hide the front. And so we have it on there like that. And I'll go ahead and put the Hue My logo right here. And I'm going to go ahead and rasterize this so that it's the right size. Alright. I'll hide that part. So now we have the message, exploring, learning, and creating, that's going to go on the front, and Hue My, that's going to go on the side. So now, first of all, I'm going to export this as a PNG. So I'm going to put this, so when you open up the zip file, you'll have these 3 folders: template, textures, GLBs. I'm going to put the PNG of this inside of template, but also the PSD. So if you look inside of here, we've got, inside of this template, you've got the PNG, and if you bring this into whatever graphics editor you use, you'll still be able to position your image up against these logos, these images. But then here is the PSD, in which case you'll literally have this layered version right here. And so I'll turn these guides back on, turn them, and then turn them off from the folder. And I'm actually going to go ahead and group these up, sample logos. That way I'll export you a version that has the guides instead of the logos on it. And now let's export this version with the logos also. And I'll name this tutorial hat texture so that you'll have that to go by also. And maybe it will be helpful. So the next thing I'm going to do is open up the Blender file. So this is the Blender file. You just double click, open it up, and it'll open up to the hat. Make sure that you select the hat and make sure that base is selected, which it's the only material for this version. If you make sure that you have shader editor selected, and notice you've got this orange node texture here. So just go ahead and open. It should automatically open in the directory that the Blender file is in, and then you can just go to, I'm going to go to template, and I'm going to grab tutorial hat texture, and here we go. You don't have to bake it. You don't have to do anything. This hat is ready to roll. All you have to do is make sure you have it selected. Go to export, GLTF. I'm going to put this inside of GLBs. It's going to be named Humi Club Member Ball Cap. Make sure that you've got limit to selected objects checked. Export. So next, let's go inside of AltspaceVR and let me show you how to put this on. So if you've been following along in the shirts, you may already know how to work with this content pack, but I'm going to also provide you with this code, and you can use it for your content pack, and you'll only need to update the artifact ID with your artifact ID. So I'm going to put this in here also. I'm just going to name it hatcontentpack.txt, and it's just the code right here. You can adjust this code as you need to. Maybe you'll want to make the menu scale larger. I've got it small on here, but tweak this as you want. But let me show you how it's going to look. So as you can see, I've got the hat right here on my desk. If you come into the office, you can try it on. Just go ahead and pull your trigger on it. Now, this hat is really big because I've got big hair on my avatar. So I've got that fro. But you can see this is the hat. So I had to make it big, but you can adjust the scale and make it the size, and you can adjust the scale and make it the size you want it to be. Ask any questions by using the ticket center. And also keep in mind that if you ever need any custom 3D objects created, just let us know. We'll create them and then make them using the same type of templates that follow the tutorials. So if you follow along with any tutorials, you'll be able to apply what you learn to any object. So even if we make a custom object for you, those tutorials still apply. Leave a ticket with any questions. Peace.